Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first, and he's had a great start with a bingo. I've got a lot of vowels. There could be an 8 here, so I'm just going to quickly look at the consonants in picante. Can't see anything with the P, or the C, or the N, or the T. So what to do with this rack? If I could play off EEU, I would have a decent rack leave. I don't think there's a way of doing that. I could just play Q for 7 points. That's not very good. The C is inhibiting parallel plays. Now I could play a 5-letter play like uteri or you're right, but I can't see anywhere to play them for a decent score. 12 points for uteri across here. Well, there's a lot of good floaters here, so I'm going to change. And I'll keep tire. Not fabulous. However, I do have bingos through the N, girt line, tiling, and retiling. So if that stays available, I do have a bingo. Now, what else do I have? I can't see a 7 with this rack. Great, my N remains available. Girt line, tiling and retiling, none of them hit the triple. Can't see anything through the C or the R. Okay, let me get this down. And I'm considering which plays don't put vowels next to premium squares. And I think they all do, but retiling is the least dangerous. So retiling for 60. That looks a pretty decent 6-letter set. I can't see a 7 with this rack. Now, I would have rarefied through an E. There are 2 E's available in retiling and picante. Great, so hopefully I will be bingoing. And rarefied plays in 2 spots in each lane, and the highest scoring spot is in row C, where my opponent's just gone. Fortunately, column 10 remains available. Now, do I have infrared? Yes, I do, but it doesn't get doubled, and it's not better than rarefied. Can't see anything through the Y. The T isn't available. Picante takes nothing after it. Okay, so I think it is rarefied. And I think this can be spelt with an I as well, but no I's available. So rarefied for 66. Great, that looks quite promising. I would have gladiust through an I. Neither I is available, or is it neither I's in the right spot? I have gladdest through the D, which remains available, and finally I have a bingo which gets doubled. Now, are there any other bingos? I note that row B is available for bingos ending ER. Okay, and I have a choice with gladdest. And this is the better positioning of the 2, because this doesn't put the E next to this double word square. So gladdest 74. I have the Q with the U, which is good. But even without the U, I've got cat in column 14. I'm just looking in row J to see what I've got with the Q tripled, and I've got quare. Through a Y, I would have Kiage. This Y, well, neither Y is available. Through an R, I would have bark. So at the moment, quare is the best I've seen. Bark doesn't quite fit in row J. Now, if I do play quare, it'll be a reasonable score, but the rack lead will be awful. B and G lack synergy, so is there something better? Only 12 points for my opponent, which is good. He is, however, still ahead, despite my 3 bingos. Now, I have Burka, and this is going to be better. The Q still gets tripled, but I'm splitting up the GB combo. So Burka 36, AEG, a reasonably synergetic rack leave. And I draw a blank, which is the second one. First was played by my opponent on his opening turn. Now, I could well have a bingo here, but it's tricky with 5 vowels. So I really need to look at the floating consonants. Now, I would have dialogue through a D or an L. Nothing available. So it's really just the S and T. The S has been taken out, but the T is still available. And I'm struggling to see a bingo here. T of Litu is wide open, so if there is a bingo here, it will definitely play. I'm just mentally running through the blank in my mind. But I'm not seeing a bingo. So I want to maximise my chances of bingoing next turn. So I'd certainly like to get rid of the U and probably the O as well. So can I play OU somewhere sensible? I could play OUS up here, but that's blocking a bingo lane. I don't want to block any bingo lanes. Now I've got 14 minutes left. I could play OU here, but that's opening up column 15, and I'm behind. I don't want to give my opponent an easy spot to score 40 or 50 points. This would be a good time to bingo if there is one here. I'm not seeing it. I'm wondering if I can play onto this X. I could just play Ox, but I don't think that's good enough. I certainly want to get rid of the U. I could play Baguio down here, but placing an O next to this premium square within reach of O1 is not good. Well, what a tricky rack. I can't place my U after the Q. So, what to do? My G can go after JA, but I don't want to block this T. Pi U is good. So what I could do is play AUE. Now there's still 5 E's to come. AUE scores 21 points. Rack leave, not great. But I'm not really blocking anything with this play, and I think I've spent long enough on it. Well, not great. I now have the ing ending, but I've still got too many vowels, and my opponent's obstructed this T. So I'm not in a good shape. I'm about 50 points behind, and the board is tightening up. And I've drawn another U, which is annoying. So, how to sort this out? 12 minutes on my clock. I certainly want to play off an I and a U. Well, I could play outing. 18 points. But that's ridiculous. That's just taking out a really good floater. What about playing across row K to open up column 1? Well, I just can't see a way of doing that. And I can't see a way of placing my O or my U in front of the P and getting rid of one of the I's. 11 minutes on my clock. Now, should I change? And the trouble with changing is that this board doesn't have many bingo lanes. It'll be far better to open up a new bingo lane. But it's very hard to see how to do that. 10 minutes on my clock. Still 28 tiles to come. I do have the blank, which is good, but I need to get value from that. Now, last move I got 21 points. The risk is that I mess around scoring hardly anything. Well, I just can't see anything, so let's get rid of the rubbish. I don't think ing is a particularly helpful. Well, I think I will keep it though, because it helps the vowel consonant balance, and I'm at no risk of drawing a further G. Okay, so I now have got some scoring tiles, so if I can't bingo, I should be able to score. But can I bingo? High men is good. Nowhere on this board for 7s. So, do I have anything through the U? I've got the beginning. I can't see anything. Now what about the T? I've got the T-ing ending. Well, my opponent's closing the board down. He may well close down this T next turn. Me thing, well, it wouldn't fit anyway. I've got the men ending. Okay, so I can't see anything. I've only got 9 minutes left. There's also the ER, there's row B. And I can't see anything. So how can I sort this rack out? Well, I could just play HM. My opponent scored nothing with AUA, so HM's scoring 30 is pretty good, and the rack leave's quite good. So I have tweeting in column 14, if that stays available. Now, do I have anything in row B? Okay, nice play by my opponent. He's taken that out and provided nothing. I think Vital takes an A in front and an S after it, but neither helps me in terms of a bingo, and I'm 50 points behind. Do I have something ending ER? Still 2 S's to come. Well, I can't see anything in row B, and now I really do need to open a bingo lane. I'm 50 points behind. So, how to do that? 8 minutes on my clock. Well, I could just play WE across here. That's no good, it's not opening a bingo lane. I can't place anything in front of the P. What about a play across here? 3 E's to come and an A and loads of O's, so playing WE it's just going to invite my opponent closing that down. Now the G is not a particularly good tile at the moment. So I'm thinking about playing onto this H. I could play Ginch. The rack lead then is awful. Well, I could just play WE down here. And okay, my opponent could just play in column 3, killing row B, but it gives him something to worry about. And if he does play in column 3, well, he may not be able to close the board down completely. Only 18 points, but the rack leave is reasonable. Well, I've still got a U. Or I think I've just drawn the one I chucked back a while back. I can't see anything onto the R. Or what about Signia? Yeah, I have Signia. So I do have a bingo ending with this R. That could get blocked now. Nothing goes between G-O and A. I think if my opponent does block this, I may play Q in row K. But that's not great because it's only opening one bingo lane and my opponent can very easily take that out. So I'm in fairly dire straits. Although the score looks close, my opponent's on turn and it's a tight board. And even with a bingo, I'm probably not favourite to win. I'm just wondering how else I can open a bingo lane. Oh, now there is a lane in column 12 for a 9-letter play through RE. I haven't really considered that. I can't see anything with this rack through those tiles. A ton of O's out there. Yeah, my opponent's blocked the Signia spot. Nothing goes in front of bot. Now, can I play in column 2 a 3-letter play to open row A and column 1? 6 minutes on my clock. Well, I've got nothing which goes in front of B, so I can't. So, fairly grim. However, there is this RE spot. Let me open this up for just 8 points and see what happens. Well, I'm fairly sure this G will be taken out. So do I have anything through RE? Well, I can't see anything, and this isn't a particularly promising set of tiles. Still 12 tiles to come. If I could open a new lane. Now, I note that I could play OO in column 2. Or indeed Ono. Or Oon. Let me have a look at the vowel situation. 5 vowels out of 15 tiles. So if I play... Well, I was thinking about playing Oon, but what about just playing Oo? The reason not to play Oon is that not many words have S in second place. Now my opponent will probably play in column 1. He only needs a 2-letter play to block this. But this rack leave is good, and it does work with RE. However, look at the score differential. It's about 80 points now, so even a bingo through RE is very unlikely to win. This rack leave is pretty good. I was wondering about trying to extend this, but I can't see a good way of doing that. Well, I draw the Z. I think I have energized with RE in a different spot. Yips is good, so any also available for an S in front of it. So I have denizen in column 1, which only really works if my opponent plays across column A. Any 2-letter play here is going to kill everything. There are scoring spots for the Z. Bears is good, so I could play Z or Z or Zin. It's really frustrating not being able to open bingo lanes, but that's just the way this board has worked out. Any bingo in column A would have to begin at A1, not A2. Yeah. So my opponent, he has killed row A because there's only room for 6 tiles, and he's also killed column 1, so not surprisingly that didn't work out. 2 tiles in the bag. And I'm 100 points behind. So I think this game is definitely lost. So how to lose it by as little as possible. Can I place my Z in front of this A? No, I don't think I can. So I think Z leaves a reasonably flexible rack leave and scores 40 points. Well, I may be able to go out with this rack. I haven't seen anything yet. I've got 6 tiles, so nothing from the W. Where are there 6-tile lanes? Well, row A is available. For an R or an L. Can't see anything there. My opponent's got NV. 3 minutes on my clock, so can he go out with NV? If he can, I ought to block that spot. And I don't think he can. So I don't need to go out in 1. Now, do I have anything? Surely I have something through RE now. 2 minutes on my clock. Well, I suspect there's something there, but I can't see it. So I could play Mise across here, keeping N blank. 36 points, that's pretty good. My opponent's got envy. I don't think he can go out in one. In which case I've got N blank, which will go out in a ton of places. So I've got Knox in row G for 13 points. Two minutes on my clock, so I've got Knox for 13. Oh, let me put this back first. Or I can play No for 12, which is fewer points. 1 minute on my clock. So N blank. Just wondering if they could go in row F. I don't think so. Well, I haven't seen anything better than Knox. So just wait for my opponent to formally end the game. Which he does. And the final score, 412 to me, 462 to my opponent. A winning margin of 50 points, so well done to my opponent. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go first. He got off to a great start with Picanti. I had an awful rack. I changed, and I think you can see why all of these scores are pretty wretched, and the rack leaves are significantly inferior to EIRT. My opponent plays Coxia, and now I'm able to bingo. And Tinglia was and Glintia are the two bingos I didn't spot, but they all score the same. Nice bingo by my opponent, Serotini. And now I have Rarefied and Infrared. Horrible rack for my opponent. He plays Yip. And I'm going quite well at this point. I have another bingo with Gladys. But I'm still behind. My opponent plays Lichu. And I have Burka for 36, which looks good. This is my opponent's rack, and he plays Jia for 39. Nice score. Now, we're in the middle of the game. I'm only 30 points behind, and I have the blank. And I managed to not play it for the whole of the rest of the game. And it wasn't playable here. D11. Well, that's what I played. What could I have played? Ooh, there was a bingo. Agoutis through the T. Playable in 2 spots. So that's a 5-vowel 8, which I should have gotten, didn't. I think that would have probably made quite a difference to the game on a tight board. So I played AUE. My opponent plays Oik. And now I have Quoiting. Okay, so again, that would have made a difference. Often the way when you have a blank for a lot of turns that you have missed bingos. Now my opponent plays AUA. And finally I don't miss a bingo. What do? I play HM, and now I'm in real difficulty. I'm only 20 points behind, but the board is tight. My opponent's about to shut down the best bingo lane. And I don't really know what to do. I'm only 50 points behind, so a bingo at this point would certainly help. There is row B, ending ER, but I never saw a bingo there. So A for wenge. Well, that's not great. It's killing my bingo lane, and it's only opening up one new one, not a very good one, and it provides an easy scoring spot, so I don't like any of those. Ween. Well, the trouble with playing in column 4 is it's just killing my bingo lane and it's not opening anything new. So nothing there particularly impresses me, but I don't like wee. Maybe because it's so easy to block the B lane, so maybe I should have played wee across here. Difficult. Anyway, my opponent does the right thing for him and plays bot. Now I'm in a lot of difficulty. A bingo would help, but there are no bingo lanes, and I don't know how to open them. So I play Gu. Well, it's very hard to see. At this point, these suggestions are really not very helpful because they're just giving good score and rack leave choices. What I need to do is open up bingo lanes, and it's very hard to open up more than one. And when I open up one, it's very easy to close down, as here. So my opponent now does shut that down. I've got this rack again. I'm trying to open a lane. I do that. My opponent kills it. And now there's 2 tiles left and I'm 100 points behind, so even a bingo isn't good enough, and it's just a case of maximising my score. So N1 Wans, I didn't see that, quite nice. Burning the blank. I played Z, keeping the blank, and I think that's fine. My opponent plays Wailed, and now there was an out in Juari, it was Shire Men. But I played Mise for 36, and that could well be better since I get to have another turn because my opponent can't go out. So I think Mise is better than the outplay. Yeah, that's just confirmation that my opponent can't go out. He plays Rev. And finally, Nox is the best. So quite an interesting game, and really the game turned on bingos, missing agoutis and quoiting, both of which would have given a very different complexion to the game, which shows how important really word knowledge is and being able to find the word in game time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.